welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, talking a little real estate. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And thank you so much for tuning in. Always great to have you. Hope you and your family's doing well. It's springtime in East Tennessee, March Madness, crazy week of basketball. I know my kiddos are in basketball. She started the AAU circuit, so that's kind of new for our family. And maybe a lot of you parents have done the AAU where you bring your chairs at the gym for hours and your days and your weekends kind of blur together because you're at the either ball field or soccer field, or maybe you're at the gym like me. So exciting times, always great to watch my kiddos. And as you guys know, but hey, we got a good show for you. See, I can talk all about my kiddos all day. I know you guys can too. Excited for them. School, is that hard to believe, guys? Your kiddos, school's not far around the corner. Before you know it, it'll be the summer market. It's kind of crazy how this year's going. And I've got a really great show for you. As we spring into the housing market, we're going to talk about how great it could be to be a seller in this spring market. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. And then so many people in the second half of the show, they say, well, Ryan, maybe I just don't want to sell my property. I may just rent it out. And we may put it to the Airbnb or short-term rental. We're going to talk about that. Pros, cons, kind of what's involved on that on the second half. All right. So before we get started, we got some congratulations, some new listings. I'm going to start with 169 Upton Drive in Oak Ridge. Let's see. No. I'm sorry. 169 Upton. Yep. New listing that came on the market. And then, of course, 4831 Tamachi in Knoxville. Back on the market. I'm excited to have a lot of activity on that one. So hopefully that will be sold this weekend. Ridge Creek Road in Anderson, new lot that we just listed. Beautiful views, by the way. Riga 611, Unit 611 on West Depot, Riga Square. Make sure you check that out. And then, of course, we have new listings that went under contract. Ponderosa, Regas 611, Tucker, 112 Tucker, and then 110 Saffles. Not only did it pend, it's closing this week as well. And then congrats for Mrs. Hare, 375 Pile Drive, 204 Renee Drive. And those are our housekeeping issues. We thank all of our clients and everybody that's listening and watching our show. Really appreciate you so much. Know that your business means the world to us. And here at Hometown Realty, as I always tell everybody, and I try to tell everybody, it's never about the company, it's always about people. And so we really have a passion of helping people, and real estate's kind of our thing, and we're out there doing it. And so honored for you guys to listen to us every weekend. And of course, of our clients that we've helped over the years. We appreciate you guys so much. Let's talk about the housing market, because that's a hot topic. Spring's here. It's one of the hottest times of the year, and the housing market couldn't be better for sellers. Believe it or not, for what you hear on the news. I know the news has a lot of doom and gloom. The interest rates just went up a little bit, 1/4 point. Just because the rates go up 1/4 point doesn't mean correlation goes directly with the interest rates. Kind of a different thing. But a lot of the banks, from what we've been seeing, have kind of built in a lot of those interest rate hikes. And last week, I know we were chatting a little bit. They were the lowest we've seen in a long time. I think we saw in the mid 5s or low 5s. Back above 7% now, but those were probably expected. I don't know what I'm trying to say. How was that? I was telling Nick the other day, I said, what do we think the rates are going to be? I don't think I really know, but I think we'll probably this year going to hover somewhere from 5.75 probably to 7.25. Just depends on if you're in a 30-year or 15-year. And that's probably what we'll see for the rest of the year. That's just my kind of gut feeling there where the housing market. Remember, guys, that's really still a good rate. When I bought my first home, I think it was 6.25. And at the point that, at the time that I bought that property, it was a really good rate. So keep in mind, I think the days of the 3% are probably gone, but we still have an opportunity with a lot of loan products out there to fit your needs. And of course, we can help you with all that. Let's talk about why we may be a great opportunity for sellers this year, especially in the spring. We know active monthly inventory in the last couple months is really, really low. And the Knoxville housing market, last time I looked at it was about 2,800 I looked just a few minutes ago, a property that we have over in North Knoxville. There were 7 or 8 new homes on the market. When I went to look back, there was only 2. So that gives you a little bit of indication of where the inventory was. Amount of active houses across the market, across the U.S., 378,189 in the 2022. All right. Now, 625,875. So we've seen a little bit of an increase. But today's low inventory means we're still in a seller's market, believe it or not, no matter what the news says. So if you want to take advantage of this sweet spot and the spring market, now may be your time. Now may be your time. You know, there's never been a better opportunity to purchase real estate, I think. I like this year, although it's a challenging year. We don't know what we're going to expect. Nobody really does. It's kind of a surprise. Kind of like a surprise. You really don't know what you know. Either 1 minute the banks are failing, next minute who knows what's going on, and then everybody says, "Well, where's the housing market, Ryan?" And I just really think housing market has stayed consistent for a long time. I think we're going to see a leveling out. All the experts are going to say, you know, we're going to see about a 1.9% growth this year of appreciation, and then maybe start seeing an uptick in 2024 and 2025. But I think there's so much of an opportunity this year that we'll see more buyers in the marketplace than what we saw last year. And you say, well, Ryan, why would that be? Because a lot of buyers last time that what we have kind of seen, they really just kind of say, hey, Ryan, I'm tapping out. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have 5 offers at one time. You know, some people were bidding, you know, no inspections, and just all these contingencies that people are waiving to get the properties. And they knew without a shadow of a doubt that they were overpaying a little bit, right? That's what you had to do. The rental market is very tight. You know, to get into a house in certain areas like downtown. I just sold a condo downtown, and great conversation with our buyer. We spent about 30 minutes prior to our showing. We're just kind of just chatting. He's an investor, and kind of just chatting the real estate market, but especially the downtown market, right? He said, Ryan, what you've seen over the last couple of years in the downtown market, if you don't take an opportunity to move on it, it's not here. And I said, you know, you're exactly right. I mean, perfect example is Riga Square. We sold the rest of that building out, and we got a unit there. It's a great client of ours, and we've got a demand list waiting. We were in the lobby, and I saw some great clients that we sold a unit. They said, Ryan, let us know when another one comes available. And so a lot of people that were ready to make a move are ready to make the move now, because even though the interest rates have changed a tad, they know that the opportunity for growth, appreciation, and that supply and demand thing that we're talking about. If you want to live downtown, if you want to, you know, secure a spot for the future, you better act now. And, you know, that's what our buyer did. He said, I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity. And a lot of people missed out on that opportunity. So I would encourage you this year, don't miss out on the opportunity. And there's so much growth through East Tennessee. It's just amazing what we're seeing across a lot of different counties. Just, you know, from the short-term market rentals to the luxury prices to the market that's under 400,000. I mean, that we just can't even keep enough of that inventory out there. Just for speaking, I have a great friend of mine that we just got under contract, and all cash deal. And we had to go through maybe 3 or 4 different properties to get it worked out, all cash, you know, limited to no inspection, stay as long as you like. So if that gives you a little bit of indication, that's why I think it's going to be an opportunity for sellers this spring to capitalize. It always starts, though, I say, listen, just because the market has lower inventory, it starts with a marketing plan, because there's a buyer for every home. And what we have to do is make sure we find the right buyer for that home that will pay the price that you're looking for. I've got a couple tips for you real quickly that we'll run through to make sure you have your house ready for best presentation this spring. Couple things is, as you guys know, power wash is big. Had a great client of mine. We power washed the outside, had a little bit of that, weather change, East Tennessee, power washed it, sold it real quickly, made a big world of difference. Cleaned the windows, you know, get a maid over there or get a cleaning service over there. It's one of the best things you can do. If you got fur babies like us, got kiddos, a clean home, right presentation makes a big deal. My team, my marketing team, this is big. Make sure you have all the light bulbs the same color. Make sure they're not one's yellow, one's white. Make sure they're all working is a good thing. Depersonalize. And then we'll go into the second half, have a couple more tips with you. Stay tuned. You're listening to Real Estate with Ryan.
There's no place like home. And this basketball house, it's special. The great games, players, championships, it's a true home court advantage.
I'm Ryan Coleman. Both basketball and real estate take great drive and determination. Whether you're in the market to buy or sell a home,
let Hometown Realty give you the home court advantage.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, back at it. Second half of Real Estate with Ryan. Thank you for staying tuned. Stay in tune. I always got so much to talk about. Seems like the show goes quicker than I ever expect. But hey, we're having fun. Hope you guys are having fun. And thank you guys for listening to me. I can't tell you how many people that I talked to, clients that maybe not even I knew they were going to be future clients. Says, hey, I listen to your radio all the time. I promise you, my team, everybody here at Hometown Realty really appreciates that. We appreciate the love, man. It means the world. We put a lot of work into these shows, producing them, getting them out there, and always try to give you some good topics, good ideas, and, most important, guys, have fun. Have fun. All right, so we were talking on the first half, getting your house ready. Sellers need to capitalize. Couple tips just to make sure, as you already know, to do these things, but it happens. We get busy in life. Great client of mine just transferred. He just couldn't even get to all the things. So make sure your curtains, blinds are looking where they need to be. All your vents, baseboards, talk about the tidy up the outside. Now is a perfect opportunity. Make sure we get our mulch, our spring flowers, declutter. And little items. Have an opportunity. You're going on the market. Get your agent over there to look at your property before you put it in the market. Hopefully, hint, 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 you give us a call and we're there to help you, walk you through the process. But if not, make sure you have an opportunity to do a pre-walkthrough or pre-inspection. It's everything. We got one time or one opportunity to get that right buyer. Presentation's everything. And we want to make sure that when we start through, the buyer's not looking at little things or checklist or honey-do lists that need to be fixed that we can catch on a walkthrough. We're really good on those things, and we help our clients make sure we have the best presentation so we're not using, let's just say a little spot over here or a little broken rail as a negotiating tool, okay? Let's see, organization. You know what? Believe it or not, if you have a lot of things that need to be decluttered, my biggest thing to most people is, and of course we use our garage a lot, is to get a storage unit. Most people don't think about it, but get a storage unit. You're going to move these things anyway. It helps the home show better. You declutter, get a lot of things out of these rooms to open up the space. And again, more space is what buyers are looking for. The rooms look better online, especially our out-of-state buyers. It helps make it easier sale. Makes it easier on you guys. The hardest thing that I tell my people is, listen, it's not the big items that you move. It's the little ones, right? All the pictures and bills and personal stuff and things on your desk. Get all that stuff out of there. So when it comes to the movers, you can just have them move and kind of be easy peasy right on out the way. And then, like my house, touch up any scuffs that you may see, kiddos, stairs are big, handprints. It happens. Make sure that's one of the last things that you do. So when you walk through, new buyers come through, they have the right presentation. All right. And we got a 60-second vol update. As you know, busy time of the year. All right, it's a great time to be of all, guys. I can just tell you that. Great time to be of all. We've got our men's program, basketball, on fire. Got our women's program. So much going on. And just athletic department as a whole. Like I said, great time to be of all. All right, let's get this 60-second Vol update. Drum roll, please. All right, so we know the men played and hopefully had a good outcome because I'm recording this show. Don't tell anybody. So hopefully we're on to the next round. Women play Saturday, March 25th, 6:30. That's tonight against Virginia Tech. Big game. We're rooting on our Lady Vols. My daughter's a big Lady Vol. My wife's a big fan. So we're watching Lady Vols, rooting them on tonight. Hopefully we're playing either Kansas State for the men or Michigan State. Our baseball team plays Texas A&M. And 6:30, so on the 24th. And that is your 60-second Vol update. Hometown Realty is proud sponsor of the Vols. All right, so much going on. A lot of basketball being played. You guys aren't basketball fans. You need to be. The Vols are exciting. They beat Duke last week. It was a heck of a game. And our ladies are playing just lights out, lights out. All right, let's see. What else? Hey, you guys tuning in for the first time, make sure you check us out on News Talk 98.7 at 1 o'clock. Talk Radio every Saturday, 92.3 FM at 11 o'clock. Need us anywhere, all the social media channels, you can find us there. Of course, we're on all the Spotify, Google, iTunes as well. All right, let's get back into the show. So we talked in the first half about being an opportunity for a seller and why we think that the market is a seller's opportunity. And I think, one of the biggest things that when a market corrects, and we have a lot of news that the market could correct, and it obviously has, January and February has been a slower part of the year. Nobody's going to say anything different. But we have not seen inventory change dramatically, And I think as you can see, as the year goes along, this is the opportunity where kiddos are going to be getting out of school soon, and the moves are going to be made. And so spring and summer is where a lot of people are going to be opening up, and whether they've sold out of state. I've got some great clients that are moving down the street from me, and they sold their home in California. Guess what? And they're moving here. So this is where a lot of activity is going to go on. And as long as our inventory stays low, our price is going to still be very competitive. And so, but what happens when, Ryan, you say, well, you know what? Sometimes my home didn't sell, or I'm just not sure I'm going to sell it. I may become a real estate investor, which is always a good thing to do. But should I rent it out? And Ryan, I heard maybe I have an opportunity of maybe doing an Airbnb. Very popular. I remember several places throughout the area during COVID. I mean, it was a hot thing to do. Let's dive into that. Let's talk about that and explore your options. So if you're a homeowner ready to move and thinking that maybe my house won't sell, maybe I don't want to sell it right now, maybe want to convert it to a rental. A Harris poll did 28% of homeowners have considered using a rental service to temporarily rent out their home for additional income. And that's a lot of people, 28%. They want the cash flow, not a problem. Obviously, it's a tempting idea, but it can be difficult. It comes with, choices. Hey, nothing in life is easy, guys. Nothing in life is easy. There's always pros and cons. And we'll kind of just chat with a little bit of that today about, is short-term rental good for you? Owning a rental house takes a lot of work, believe it or not. And there's a lot of your ability to make that component work. And, one of the biggest things that I think most people don't realize is we had some short-term rentals, and we still do, but I don't think I was aware. I had so many clients that we've represented over the years do short-term rentals, and they make it look easy. And then we have property management companies that do it. But I really wasn't aware what all the work that went in behind the scenes. We had long-term rentals, but we didn't have, short-term rentals. So we were fairly newbies. And so one of the things I want to kind of reinforce to you guys is that the time and effort, if you plan to manage your short-term rental on your own, it does take a lot more time than your long-term rentals. Managing a rental property not only is time consuming, but challenging. Make sure that you have a handyman or somebody there for repairs. You got to have a great cleaning service. I can't stress enough. that you want to have somebody that's on the ground. If you're here locally, that makes it easier. But if you're out of state, your cleaning service is going to be your number one asset. Having a great relationship with them, not only your turns happen very quickly, but the opportunity to know if there's any damages or, something that maybe one of the guests did or broken. And hopefully they're going to communicate back with you with pictures so that you can address those things quickly. Because if you're out of state, it's very challenging to go to the property every time a guest leaves. It's almost impossible. And then, of course, if you rent the property out, there's management fees. And on short-term rentals, that could be 25 to 30%. So that's a lot of money out of your pocket to going into a management company where you're trying to make a little money on the short-term rentals. And then, of course, the screening, tenants, fielding issues and responsibilities that come up. Not only hosting a property, you can have rude guests, damaged properties, complaints from your neighbors, and then potential regulatory property violations for your locations. So you want to check all those things out. And some localities won't allow short-term rentals. So those are things that you want to check out. But bottom line, if you're thinking about a short-term rental, make sure your insurance is changed so that it protects your investment if something happened. I think that's one of the biggest things that you do. And whether you're going to decide to manage it yourself, always an option. But never look at the market over of selling. Sometimes rentals may be for some people, but sometimes a good opportunity is we have a property and we're doing it just ourselves and we're in the business and we say, you know what? We just don't want to rent it out. We want to be done with it. We don't want to come back and have future repairs. And maybe you're in that boat and we can always help you with you. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Love being with you guys this week. Real Estate with Ryan always goes by quicker than I expect. Hope you guys enjoy your great weekend. If you can reach me, if you need anything at all, phone number 693-SOLD, or you can catch me on my website at ryancoleman.org. You guys have a great weekend.